In the city of Charlotte, 6 days a week, babies are butchered and murdered. And it's one death.
At any other doctor's office, this would not be tolerated. These people can come out here and shame and intimidate and harass women. It's going to the doctor. It should be normal.
They're killing babies and sons. The Bible commands us to love our neighbor as ourselves. Young lady, having your baby murdered this morning is not loving.
Really, in a sense, what it always is, just to be with them, to accompany them on this little bitty piece of the journey for what it takes to get an abortion in Kentucky.
These children are raped in the most vile fashion because they're...
These are old, probably from the early 70s. Oh, I knew when Bevin became governor, I knew that they would come up with everything they possibly could.
The voters of Kentucky have been heard, and they want a new direction for the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Tonight, for the first time in almost 100 years, we can say Republicans are the new majority in the Kentucky House of Representatives.
For the first time in state history, the governor, the state Senate, and the state House of Representatives are all controlled by the Republican Party. Within 2 hours of gaveling in to start the legislative session, there were 2 pieces of anti-abortion legislation that were filed. They were passed by the legislature on Saturday, and we filed suit the following Monday. In the midst of that litigation, the state challenged a couple of transfer agreements that the clinic had on file, claiming that there are technical deficiencies.
Those deficiencies needed to be fixed, or else the license would be revoked.
A transfer agreement just means that the hospital has agreed that it will accept your patient. The hospital is going to accept our patient regardless. And the ambulance agreement is that we have to actually have a contract with an ambulance. None of that is necessary. Anytime anybody needs an ambulance, what do? You call 911, duh.
The day beforehand, you have to provide the other side with a list of names you plan to call the next day.
We're challenging the constitutionality of the law. The most recent abortion case that's made its way up to the U.S. Supreme Court dictates how courts should be dealing with these types of laws. Unless you can prove that there's a benefit to women's health and that benefit is not outweighed by the burden of placing these laws on abortion providers, unless you can do that, the laws must be struck down.
We are at the EMW Women's Surgical Center, and what a lie that name is. What kind of surgery are these women here seeking? Are they here to have some cancerous tissue removed?
This is an attempt to shut down the last remaining abortion provider and therefore ban abortion in the state of Kentucky. And if EMW can't operate, Kentucky would have no abortion clinic. There would be no place in the state where women could receive elective abortions. That's an incredible burden.
It would be catastrophic to women and to their families and to everyone in Kentucky.
When EMW was under threat of closure, I think it's something that sent shockwaves through this community, this state. People's lives are at stake.
It would certainly be a chill wind blowing throughout this nation, because the history is when one goes, then others start falling. And so EMW will fight to the end to be able to continue to provide abortion services. And I know that every other clinic in every other state will do that too.